Imagine this: a sweet summer afternoon, a bowl of bright red cherries on your kitchen table. You pop one after another into your mouth, enjoying that juicy, tangy flavor that reminds you of childhood picnics. But what if I told you that for older adults, eating too many cherries could quietly lead to serious health problems? Problems that often go unnoticed until it's too late. Yes, something as innocent and natural as cherries can cause real trouble when eaten carelessly. Behind their lovely color and sweetness, cherries hide risks that many people over 60 never think about. From spiking blood sugar levels and causing stomach upset, to choking hazards and dangerous interactions with medications. It's not that cherries are bad. In fact, they're full of vitamins, antioxidants, and fiber. The danger comes when moderation disappears, when pits are swallowed without care, and when the body's slower metabolism can't handle the sugar rush the way it used to. So today, we're peeling back the shiny skin of this tempting fruit to explore what really happens when seniors go overboard with cherries. Have you ever noticed your blood sugar rise or felt uncomfortable after eating too many of them? I'd love to hear your experience. Share your answer in the comments below. And while you're here, don't forget to like this episode, share it with someone who loves fruit as much as you do, and subscribe to stay informed about healthy, balanced eating for the golden years. Now let's uncover why moderation, especially after 60, is more powerful than we think, even when it comes to something as simple as a cherry. Let's start with the sweetest problem of all: sugar. Cherries might look like an innocent snack, but each small handful packs more natural sugar than most people realize. For a younger body, that sugar is quickly used up for energy, but for someone over 60, whose metabolism slows down and whose insulin response may not be as strong as it used to be, those same natural sugars can hit the bloodstream like a sudden wave. It's not the same as eating candy, but your body doesn't always know the difference once it digests it. Imagine your blood sugar rising fast, your energy spiking for a short time, and then crashing back down, leaving you tired, dizzy, or craving even more sweets. For seniors with early signs of diabetes or blood sugar sensitivity, that healthy bowl of cherries can quietly undo hours of careful meal planning. And it doesn't stop there. Excess sugar can also add stress to your liver and kidneys, which are already working harder as we age. One woman I spoke to, for instance, told me she used to eat cherries straight from the fridge every night because they helped her sleep. But after a few weeks, her morning energy dropped, and her doctor noticed higher glucose levels. The fruit wasn't the enemy, it was the portion. So while cherries are wonderful in small amounts, they can act like hidden sugar bombs when eaten by the handful. The solution? Learn your limits, listen to your body, and always balance your fruit intake with protein or fiber, like a handful of nuts or a slice of cheese. That helps slow down sugar absorption and keeps your energy steady, a small but powerful change that can make a big difference after 60. Now let's talk about the small, hard secret inside every cherry, the pit. Many people underestimate just how dangerous that tiny core can be, especially for seniors. It's easy to forget about while enjoying the juicy fruit, but one careless bite or accidental swallow can cause serious trouble. The pit isn't just a choking hazard. It can also injure teeth or even damage dentures, which are far more common among older adults. Imagine biting down on something that feels like a small stone, one sharp crack, and suddenly you're dealing with a broken crown or painful dental repair. But the risk doesn't stop there. When swallowed, cherry pits can get lodged in the throat or digestive tract, leading to discomfort, bloating, or even a medical emergency. In rare cases, pits that crack open can release trace compounds that the body doesn't handle well, especially in large amounts. While one or two accidentally swallowed pits may pass through without issue, repeated carelessness can add unnecessary strain to the digestive system. Think of it this way: Your stomach isn't designed to handle indigestible seeds or stones, and as we age, our digestive movement slows, making blockages more likely. There's a simple rule to keep safe. Always remove pits before eating or serving cherries. If you find pitting cherries tedious, use a cherry pitter or slice them in half before enjoying them. It takes only a few extra minutes, but prevents a long list of possible problems. Some seniors even prefer buying pre-pitted cherries or frozen varieties for convenience. Remember, it's not about giving up the fruit. It's about eating it safely. And when your health is at stake, that little pit deserves a lot more respect than most people give it. Let's face it, cherries are addictive. Once you start, it's hard to stop. They're cool, refreshing, and perfectly bite-sized, which makes it easy to eat far more than your body can comfortably handle. But for older adults, that just one more handful habit can quickly backfire in the digestive department. Cherries are rich in fiber and natural fruit acids, both beneficial in moderation. Yet when consumed in excess, they can irritate sensitive stomachs, especially those that are already prone to bloating, gas, or slower digestion. Picture this. You've just enjoyed a large bowl of cherries after dinner, feeling satisfied and healthy. But an hour later, your stomach feels heavy, your abdomen tightens, and you're wondering why something so natural is making you feel uncomfortable. That's your digestive system working overtime. As we age, the enzymes that help break down fruit sugars like fructose become less efficient, which means undigested sugars can ferment in the gut, leading to bloating or diarrhea. It's the same reason some seniors notice that too much fruit gives them stomach cramps or irregular bowel movements. Another point to consider is acidity. Cherries are mildly acidic, and for those dealing with reflux or heartburn, that extra acid load can worsen discomfort after meals. A good approach is to treat cherries as a side dish, not the main course. A small bowl alongside yogurt, oatmeal, or a protein-based snack rather than a solo treat. That simple pairing can help slow digestion, stabilize blood sugar, and keep your stomach calm. Remember, the goal isn't to fear fruit, but to understand how your aging body reacts differently to it. Sometimes, the healthiest foods can cause distress when the quantity crosses a certain line. Moderation truly becomes the difference between nourishment and discomfort after 60. Here's something many seniors never consider. The food you eat can quietly influence how your medications work, and cherries are no exception. While they're often praised for being anti-inflammatory and heart-friendly, their natural compounds can sometimes interact subtly with common prescriptions or amplify their effects in unpredictable ways. For instance, cherries are high in potassium, which is generally a good thing for heart health. But for older adults taking medications that already increase potassium levels, this could tip the balance too far. That imbalance may cause muscle weakness, irregular heartbeat, or fatigue, all symptoms easy to mistake for simple tiredness. Cherries also contain mild natural acids and antioxidants that may alter how certain medicines are absorbed. It doesn't mean you should avoid cherries altogether. It means you should enjoy them mindfully and at the right times. If you take medication in the morning, for example, it might be wiser to eat cherries later in the day rather than mixing them in the same meal, giving your body space to process your medicine properly. And here's another overlooked factor: hydration. Cherries contain natural sugars that pull water from your body during digestion. Combine that with medications that may already dehydrate you, like diuretics for blood pressure, and you could end up feeling sluggish or lightheaded without realizing it's due to fluid imbalance. The simple solution? Drink plenty of water before and after eating cherries, and don't mix large servings with your medication schedule. If you ever feel dizzy or unusually tired after eating fruit, it's worth mentioning to your doctor or pharmacist. They can help you spot small interactions before they turn into big problems. Remember, Healthy eating after 60 isn't just about choosing the right foods. It's about learning how those foods work with your unique body and daily routine. Many people have heard that cherries are great for gout and joint pain, and that's true to a certain extent. Their antioxidants and compounds like anthocyanins can help reduce inflammation and lower uric acid levels when eaten in moderation. But what often gets lost in that conversation is how quickly too much of a good thing can overwhelm the kidneys, especially for older adults. The kidneys act as filters, clearing waste products and excess nutrients from the blood. As we age, these filters naturally become less efficient, which means the kidneys must work harder to process sugars, acids, and even healthy compounds from foods like cherries. When you eat too many cherries, let's say a big bowl every day, you might unintentionally overload your kidneys with extra fructose and potassium, both of which need to be carefully balanced. For someone whose kidney function is already slowed or who has mild swelling in the legs or ankles, that added stress can quietly make things worse over time. There's also a common misunderstanding about cherries and gout. While a few cherries can help lower uric acid, eating too many at once can have the opposite effect, because fructose in excess actually raises uric acid levels. It's a delicate dance. A few cherries a day can support joint comfort, but a whole bowl may push your system too far. The key is moderation and variety. Rotate your fruits. Maybe have cherries one day, berries or apples the next. That way, your kidneys get a break while still benefiting from a wide range of nutrients. Think of your kidneys as hardworking housekeepers. They appreciate when you keep things tidy and manageable. So the next time you reach for a handful of cherries, remember, you're not just feeding your taste buds, you're also asking your kidneys to clock in for extra duty. Treat them kindly, and they'll serve you well for years to come. Your gut is like a small, bustling city, filled with trillions of bacteria that help you digest, absorb, and even protect your body from illness. But what happens when that city gets flooded with too much sugar and acid from overeating cherries? For many older adults, the result is a loud protest from the digestive system. Gas, bloating, and uncomfortable pressure that can last for hours. Cherries contain fructose and sorbitol, two natural sugars that are harder to digest, especially as the gut slows down with age. When these sugars aren't fully absorbed, they ferment in the intestines, feeding bacteria that release gas and cause that familiar bloated feeling. Imagine your stomach swelling like a balloon after a large bowl of cherries. It's not your imagination, it's chemistry. And while this might sound harmless, chronic bloating can interfere with nutrient absorption and appetite, leading some seniors to eat less of what they truly need. Another issue is how cherries can slightly alter the gut's natural balance. Too much fruit sugar can feed the wrong kinds of bacteria, crowding out the helpful ones that support healthy digestion. Over time, that imbalance can affect everything from bowel regularity to immune strength. The solution isn't to give up cherries, but to enjoy them as part of a balanced plate, maybe a few cherries with plain yogurt, or a handful of almonds, which add protein and healthy fats to slow sugar absorption. You might even find that chewing slowly, rather than snacking quickly, eases bloating and discomfort. It's fascinating how small changes, like portion control or food pairing, can completely change how your body feels after eating. Your gut is smarter than you think. It's always sending feedback. Listen closely, and it will tell you when those cherries are becoming too much of a good thing. Many people have heard that cherries, especially tart cherries, can help with sleep because they contain natural melatonin, the hormone that signals your body it's time to rest. That's partly true, and for some seniors, a few cherries before bedtime can indeed promote relaxation. But here's the surprising twist. Too many cherries, especially sweet ones, can do the exact opposite. Imagine having a bowl of cherries after dinner, thinking it'll help you drift off peacefully. Instead, an hour later, you're wide awake, feeling heavy, or even a bit restless. Why does this happen? It's all about timing and blood sugar. When you eat cherries close to bedtime, the natural sugars can trigger a short-lived burst of energy as your body digests them. Your blood sugar rises, then drops, and that roller coaster can disrupt your sleep cycles, making you wake up in the middle of the night or feel groggy in the morning. Additionally, cherries' high water and fiber content can increase nighttime bathroom visits, something many seniors already struggle with. For those with sensitive digestion, eating fruit late at night can also lead to acid reflux or discomfort when lying down. The better approach is to enjoy cherries earlier in the day, perhaps as part of breakfast or a mid-afternoon snack. When your body can use the natural sugars for energy, you'll still get the benefits of their antioxidants and gentle melatonin content without the unwanted side effects. Some people find that pairing a few cherries with a protein source like yogurt helps balance the sugar spike and promotes steadier energy. It's not about giving up your favorite evening fruit. It's about making small timing adjustments that your body will thank you for. After 60, digestion slows and sleep becomes more precious. So the key is to work with your body's rhythm, not against it. It's easy to think that cherry juice, dried cherries, or cherry-flavored snacks are healthy alternatives to fresh fruit. After all, they come from the same source, right? But here's where many older adults fall into a nutritional trap without realizing it. Processed cherry products often contain far more sugar, far less fiber, and almost none of the natural balance that fresh cherries offer. Take cherry juice, for example. A single glass can contain the sugar equivalent of 2 or 3 bowls of fresh cherries, but without the fiber that slows digestion and prevents sugar spikes. That means your blood sugar rises faster and higher, a real problem for anyone managing prediabetes, diabetes, or energy swings. Dried cherries can be even more deceptive. They're small, chewy, and easy to overeat. Yet most commercial brands coat them with extra sweeteners to preserve flavor and texture. So instead of getting the health benefits of antioxidants, you might be loading up on unnecessary calories and sugar that strain your metabolism and your liver. Even no added sugar labels can be misleading, since natural fruit sugar in concentrated form still hits the bloodstream quickly. Another issue is artificial flavorings in cherry-flavored foods, like yogurts, candies, or syrups, which contain none of the actual nutrients from cherries, but plenty of dyes and additives that don't serve your health. The safest approach? Stick to whole, fresh cherries in moderate portions, or frozen cherries with no added ingredients. If you love the taste of cherry juice, dilute it with water or sparkling water to reduce the sugar load. It's all about balance. Preserving the pleasure of cherries while protecting your body from the hidden pitfalls of processed versions. After all, it's not the cherry itself that causes harm. It's what's been done to it before it reaches your plate or glass. Here's the truth. You don't need to give up cherries to stay healthy after 60. The real secret lies in portion control and mindful eating. Many older adults fall into the healthy food trap, thinking that if something is natural and full of vitamins, more must be better. But even the healthiest fruit can cause problems when eaten without awareness. The body after 60 doesn't process sugar, acid, and fiber the same way it did decades ago. That means the right amount matters more than ever. A good starting point is a small handful, about 10 to 12 cherries, eaten slowly and with attention. When you eat too quickly, your brain doesn't get enough time to register fullness, and before you know it, you've finished half a bowl. Try this instead. Serve your cherries in a small dish, not straight from the bag or fridge. Sit down, savor each bite, and notice their natural sweetness and texture. That simple act of slowing down can prevent overeating and help your digestive system keep up. You can also use cherries as part of a meal, rather than a standalone snack. Add a few to your morning oatmeal, a green salad, or a bowl of cottage cheese. The protein and fiber from those foods help steady your blood sugar and reduce cravings later. It's also worth mentioning that chewing thoroughly makes cherries easier to digest, especially for those with dentures or reduced saliva production, both common with age. Remember, the goal isn't restriction, it's balance. Enjoying cherries thoughtfully lets you keep all their wonderful benefits, antioxidants, vitamins, and flavor, without the downsides of sugar overload or stomach upset. Moderation doesn't take away pleasure. It actually enhances it because you're giving your body exactly what it needs, no more and no less. If you've ever felt tired or dizzy after eating a bowl of fruit, there's a simple reason. Fruit alone can cause quick spikes and drops in blood sugar. The good news is, you can completely change that by pairing cherries with the right companions. Think of it like teamwork inside your body. The cherries bring vitamins, antioxidants, and natural sweetness, while protein and healthy fats help slow digestion and keep your energy steady. For seniors, this balance is especially important because metabolism slows with age and insulin sensitivity may decline. So instead of eating cherries by themselves, try combining them with foods that anchor your blood sugar. A small bowl of cherries with a few almonds or walnuts works beautifully. The fat and protein in nuts help your body process the fruit sugars gradually, preventing that quick crash later. Or add a few sliced cherries to plain Greek yogurt for a refreshing snack that also supports gut health and muscle strength. Even something simple, like pairing cherries with a slice of whole grain toast and peanut butter, can turn a sugary snack into a balanced mini meal. This kind of thoughtful pairing not only helps control blood sugar, but also keeps you fuller for longer, reducing the temptation to overeat. It's also an excellent way to enjoy cherries without guilt. You're turning a treat into nourishment. And here's a tip. When eating cherries after a meal that includes protein like chicken, fish, or beans, your body absorbs the nutrients more efficiently and digests the fruit more comfortably. You'll still get the sweetness and flavor you love, just without the uncomfortable bloating or sugar spikes afterward. It's a small change that adds up to a big improvement in how you feel day to day. Proof that eating smart doesn't mean eating less, just eating better. No two people over 60 are exactly alike, and that's especially true when it comes to how your body reacts to certain foods like cherries. Some older adults can eat a small bowl of cherries without any discomfort, while others might feel bloated or tired after just a few bites. That doesn't mean something's wrong with you. It simply means your body is communicating in its own way. Listening to those signals is one of the most powerful health habits you can develop. If you notice that cherries make you feel sluggish, gassy, or disrupt your sleep, take it as gentle feedback from your digestive system rather than something to ignore. The aging body processes food more slowly, stomach acid levels change, and gut bacteria shift, all of which affect how well you tolerate certain fruits. You might also find that your tolerance varies day by day depending on what else you've eaten, how hydrated you are, or how active you've been. Keeping a simple food journal can help you spot patterns. Maybe cherries feel fine at lunch, but not at night. Or maybe a few with yogurt sit better than eating them plain. These observations can guide you toward a diet that works with your body rather than against it. It's also wise to remember that some medications can subtly alter your digestion or kidney function, changing how you react to fruits and sugars. That's why it's always best to discuss any persistent discomfort or unusual reaction with your doctor or pharmacist. They can help you adjust your eating habits safely. At the end of the day, your body is the best nutrition expert you'll ever have. When you start treating its feedback as valuable information rather than inconvenience, you'll discover the perfect balance between enjoying your favorite foods, like cherries, and protecting your long-term health. There's something almost magical about eating fruit in season, and with cherries, that timing truly matters. When cherries are fresh and grown locally, they carry their highest levels of nutrients, water content, and natural enzymes that help your body digest them more easily. But when they're imported, stored for long periods, or picked before ripening, those same cherries lose part of their natural balance. For seniors, who often have more sensitive digestion, that difference can be the line between comfort and discomfort. Imagine eating firm, underripe cherries in the middle of winter. They might taste a little off and feel heavier on the stomach because their sugars haven't developed naturally and their acids are more concentrated. In contrast, ripe, summer cherries are softer, juicier, and easier on digestion. They also have more antioxidants, which support cell repair and healthy aging. The same principle applies to frozen cherries. They're a good choice when fresh ones aren't available, but the best brands freeze them at peak ripeness with no added sugar or preservatives. That means you can enjoy their benefits year-round without the downsides of processed products. Another overlooked aspect is the freshness window. The longer cherries sit in the fridge or on the counter, the more their natural sugars break down, which can change their texture and affect how your body digests them. If you notice cherries tasting overly sweet or mushy, they may have started fermenting slightly, a process that can cause mild stomach upset for some seniors. The simple fix is to buy smaller quantities, store them properly, and eat them within a few days. Treating fruit like a living food, something that thrives and fades, helps you get the best nutrition and flavor without waste. Seasonality isn't just a farm concept. It's nature's way of giving your body exactly what it needs at the right time of year. Many seniors don't realize how closely hydration and fruit digestion are linked, but cherries are a perfect example of why water balance matters so much. Cherries are about 80% water, which sounds like great news. They help hydrate you, right? Well, not entirely. The natural sugars and mild acids in cherries actually require extra water from your body to be processed smoothly. If you're already slightly dehydrated, which is common among older adults, eating too many cherries can leave you feeling thirsty, sluggish, or even lightheaded afterward. Think of your body like a sponge. When it's dry, it can't absorb nutrients efficiently or move digestion along at the right pace. Add fruit sugars on top of that, and your system has to pull water from other areas, sometimes leaving you with muscle cramps, headaches, or constipation. Hydration also plays a key role in how your kidneys handle the potassium and uric acid from cherries. When you're well hydrated, these compounds flush out naturally. When you're not, they can build up and make you feel achy or stiff, especially if you already deal with joint pain. The solution is beautifully simple. Drink a glass of water before and after eating cherries, particularly in warm weather or when you've been active. Herbal teas, coconut water, or even water-rich foods like cucumber or watermelon can also help maintain balance. If you're on medications that affect fluid retention, like diuretics, pay extra attention to how your body responds after eating fruit. Some people notice mild swelling in their hands or feet after large portions of cherries, which can often be eased just by increasing water intake. It's a small habit that protects your digestion, your kidneys, and even your energy levels. So the next time you reach for those sweet red jewels, make sure your glass of water is within reach. Your body will thank you for the partnership. Food isn't just fuel, it's memory, comfort, and connection. And for many older adults, cherries carry deep nostalgia. Maybe they remind you of childhood summers, a favorite dessert your mother used to make, or the satisfaction of picking them fresh from a tree. Those emotions make cherries more than just a snack. They become a small taste of happiness. But here's where things get tricky. Emotional eating doesn't always mean binging on junk food. It can happen with healthy foods too. Sometimes, when loneliness, boredom, or stress creeps in, that bowl of cherries feels like a friendly companion. One handful turns into 2, then 3. Not because your body is hungry, but because your heart is looking for comfort. And while cherries are far better than cookies or chips, the same rule applies. When we eat to soothe emotions instead of hunger, we often miss our body's enough signals. This can lead to bloating, sugar crashes, or digestive discomfort that adds frustration to the very comfort we were seeking. The goal isn't to take the joy out of eating, but to reconnect with awareness. Before reaching for that next cherry, pause and ask yourself, am I truly hungry or just craving a little comfort? Sometimes, a phone call with a friend, a short walk, or even a glass of water can satisfy the same emotional need. If cherries make you happy, enjoy them. But try turning that moment into a mindful ritual rather than a mindless habit. Sit near a window, savor their flavor, think of the memories they hold, and then stop when you feel content. Food should comfort, not control. And when you combine emotional awareness with moderation, you rediscover what real satisfaction feels like, not just in your stomach, but in your spirit too. Understanding your personal sugar tolerance is one of the most empowering steps you can take after 60, especially if you love fruits like cherries. The truth is, everyone's body handles sugar a little differently. Some older adults can eat a small serving of cherries without issue, while others experience blood sugar spikes even after a few bites. This variation depends on factors like muscle mass, activity level, and how well your pancreas still produces insulin. Unfortunately, with age, many people develop insulin resistance, meaning the body doesn't use sugar as efficiently as before. When that happens, even natural sugars from fruit can lead to fatigue, brain fog, or increased thirst after eating. Cherries, with their high natural sweetness, can quickly nudge your glucose levels upward if eaten carelessly. That's why keeping an eye on your body's responses is so important. If you have a home glucose monitor, try checking your levels an hour or two after eating cherries. Not to restrict yourself, but to learn what works best for you. You might discover that pairing them with protein or eating them earlier in the day keeps your numbers steady. And if you don't track your sugar, simply notice how your energy feels. Do you feel light and alert, or sluggish and thirsty? These subtle signs are your body's way of communicating balance or imbalance. Another helpful approach is portion awareness. Instead of eating cherries by the bowl, portion them in small containers for easy control. You'll still satisfy your craving while protecting your long-term health. Remember, managing sugar isn't about fear, it's about empowerment. The more you understand your body's signals, the more freedom you gain to enjoy the foods you love safely. Cherries can absolutely stay on your menu. They just need to fit your body's rhythm, not the other way around. As we age, one of the biggest challenges many people face is maintaining a healthy weight without feeling deprived. The metabolism that once burned through snacks effortlessly in our younger years slows down, making every calorie count a little more. This is where cherries, as healthy as they seem, can quietly throw things off balance if eaten without care. Each cup of cherries contains natural sugars and calories that can add up quickly, especially if you're enjoying them several times a day. For an older body with slower digestion and less lean muscle mass, those extra calories can easily turn into stored fat if not balanced with activity. The tricky part is that cherries don't feel heavy. They're light, refreshing, and easy to overeat. You might think it's just fruit, and before you realize it, you've consumed the sugar equivalent of a dessert. Over time, that habit can subtly affect your waistline, blood pressure, and even how your body handles insulin. The key is not to eliminate cherries, but to weave them intelligently into your daily rhythm. Try having them as a post-walk snack when your metabolism is already active and your muscles are ready to use the natural sugar for recovery. Or add a few cherries to your morning oatmeal instead of syrup or honey. You'll cut added sugars while still enjoying sweetness. Small changes like these make a real difference over time. Cherries also contain compounds that may slightly boost fat metabolism, but that benefit only works when paired with an overall balanced diet and regular movement. Think of cherries as a flavorful accent, not the main dish of your day. After 60, maintaining a healthy weight isn't about strict rules. It's about smart timing, moderation, and listening to what your body truly needs. When enjoyed wisely, cherries can fit perfectly into a diet that keeps your metabolism steady and your energy strong. One of the best ways to keep enjoying cherries safely after 60 is to think in terms of your whole week, not just a single meal or day. Nutrition works like a long conversation between you and your body. Every choice adds up. Instead of eating cherries daily, try spacing them out 2 or 3 times a week and rotating with other fruits that are lower in sugar, like berries, apples, or pears. This gives your body time to rest, helps your kidneys and liver stay balanced, and keeps your gut bacteria diverse, which is key for strong digestion. For instance, you could enjoy a handful of cherries with breakfast on Monday, a berry smoothie on Wednesday, and a few apple slices with almond butter on Friday. That simple rhythm gives you variety, prevents sugar fatigue, and ensures your body gets a full range of antioxidants and vitamins from different sources. Think of it as cross-training for your nutrition. Each fruit plays a different role. Cherries bring anti-inflammatory benefits. Berries protect your brain. Apples support your gut. Together, they create harmony. Planning ahead also prevents mindless snacking. When you buy cherries, divide them into small containers and freeze a few portions. Frozen cherries make a refreshing snack or smoothie ingredient without the temptation of finishing a large bowl. You can also use them as natural sweeteners in oatmeal or yogurt, so you're using their flavor instead of relying on added sugar. The goal isn't perfection, it's consistency. Eating cherries thoughtfully allows you to enjoy their beauty and health benefits all year long without the risks of overdoing it. So the next time you're planning your meals, think of cherries as one note in a symphony of colorful, nourishing foods. Variety truly is the secret to longevity. Not just for your body, but for the joy of eating itself. Healthy eating doesn't exist in isolation. It's part of a bigger picture that includes how you move, rest, and handle stress. Many older adults are surprised to learn that their lifestyle directly affects how well their bodies manage natural sugars from foods like cherries. When you stay active, even with gentle exercises such as walking, stretching, or gardening, your muscles use glucose more efficiently, keeping your blood sugar stable after eating. But when you sit for long periods, your metabolism slows, and that same handful of cherries can cause a sharper sugar spike. Sunlight, too, plays a subtle role. Getting a little morning sun boosts vitamin D, which helps regulate insulin sensitivity, your body's ability to use sugar properly. That means a simple daily walk outdoors can make cherries easier to digest and less likely to cause energy crashes. And then there's stress, an invisible factor that can quietly undo even the healthiest diets. When you're tense or anxious, your body releases cortisol, a hormone that raises blood sugar and slows digestion. Eating cherries during stressful moments might feel soothing, but your body may not process them efficiently, leading to bloating or fatigue. The best approach is to view your overall lifestyle as a partnership with your food. If you plan to enjoy cherries, pair that moment with calm, balanced energy, maybe after a short walk or deep breathing session. You'll notice your digestion feels smoother, your energy lasts longer, and your enjoyment increases. The goal isn't to micromanage every bite, but to understand how movement, relaxation, and sunlight support your body's natural rhythm. When all these pieces come together, cherries stop being a risk and start becoming what they were meant to be: a refreshing, nourishing part of a well-rounded life that keeps you vibrant at any age. So, what have we learned from this deep dive into the sweet, surprising world of cherries? It's that even the smallest food choices can have a powerful impact, especially after 60, when your body becomes more sensitive and precise about what it needs. Cherries, with all their color, flavor, and nutrition, aren't villains. They're reminders that nature's gifts must be enjoyed with care and awareness. Too many cherries can bring trouble, from sugar spikes and bloating to kidney strain or restless nights. But the right amount can nourish your joints, calm inflammation, and sweeten your diet naturally. It's all about balance, knowing when, how much, and how to pair them wisely. Remove the pits, eat slowly, stay hydrated, and let moderation guide you. And remember, the point of being careful isn't to live in fear of food, but to live better with it. Each mindful choice you make strengthens your body's trust in you, helping it work more smoothly with every bite you take. If cherries remind you of summer memories or moments shared with loved ones, cherish that feeling. Just enjoy them in a way that supports the life you're living now, vibrant, wise, and balanced. You've earned the right to enjoy good food, and with knowledge comes freedom. So next time you reach for those glossy red fruits, do it with confidence and care. Because the real transformation isn't in what you eat, it's in how you understand your body, listen to it, and nourish it with purpose. That's the secret to aging well, staying strong, and finding joy in every delicious, mindful moment.